yesterday?
He looked good. You know, we trying to keep it safe as far as, you know, the contact, but he looked good.
What's Coach mentioned that Jalen Washington might get his first chance against Georgia Tech. What kind of player is Jalen?
I feel like he, you know, is going to be a great for us, a great addition because he can shoot the ball very well at his size, and he can play, you know, block shots on the defensive end. He runs the floor hard, so having him is going to definitely be a, you know, stretch the floor, create spacing for us on the offensive end, and then also, like I said, he can be a great defensive player.
Does he compare? Would you compare him to any player like that you've seen before, that we've seen before?
Nah. I feel like he's just his own, you know, his own player. As far as, you know, on the offensive end, he's like, you know, he got his little turnaround jumper. That I think that's his like signature move when he gets in the post, and he, no matter who's on him, whether there's, you know, a guard or some guy same size, taller than him, he makes it consistently in practice. So I feel like he's his own player.
Yeah, Coach Davis was telling us that defensively, one of the things he's been stressing you guys this week is like trust each other, trust the help. Why do you think he told you guys that, and how did it sort of impact you when he did tell you that?
I feel like he's been, you know, emphasizing that this past week throughout, you know, not just, you know, defense, throughout like the whole, you know, our whole team. We gotta trust each other on the defensive end, on the offensive end. Just trusting the principles that, you know, we've been taught, and, you know, just knowing that if I go give help and my teammate got my back, then he's gonna give me help. So, and then just trusting, like, you know, on offensive end, you know, trusting that, you know, we all gonna make the right play. If a guy, you know, if I penetrate and I see somebody, you know, help, trust my teammate and pass him the ball and let him make the shot. And that just, you know, trickles down throughout the whole team. So he's been, you know, emphasizing that throughout the, you know, whole week. And, you know, we've definitely been taking steps forward.
He had mentioned that he didn't think that you guys had necessarily done that, especially on the defense in the past couple of games. Do you think that's fair analysis?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we've been, you know, just worried about our man too much, and guarding, not letting our man score. And, you know, it's not a, you know, it's a team game, so we gotta play team defense.
Hebert said that he liked what you guys did when you extended pressure late against Alabama, and then of course late against Virginia Tech when you made the comeback. Why do you think extending pressure has worked for you guys in those two games? And he says you're going to do more of it as a result.
I feel like, you know, it gives us like a spark of energy, because that's kind of what we lack throughout, you know, the whole course of the game, and just extending that pressure, getting steals, you know, getting turnovers. It kind of gives us a spark and gives us that life that we need throughout the whole game. And I feel like it definitely worked in those last, you know, Alabama game and Virginia Tech game, and then just you seeing like, you know, even the bench just getting fired up. And so I feel like that definitely is going to help us going forward.
Do you think that actually cancels out some of the trust issues because you guys are playing a little bit more, like with your hair on fire, a little bit faster and quicker and with a little bit more intensity, so you don't have time to have the whatever trust issues there are come into play?
Well, no, it doesn't. You know, it's still gonna be that trust factor because you still gotta be in the right spots for that, you know, press to work. So, and then once we get back in the half court, if we don't get a steal, we still gotta play, you know, half court game. So, I feel like it doesn't, you know, that doesn't have a factor in it. But like I said, it's definitely gonna work for us, and that trust factor is still gonna
One
work.
last thing on that real quickly. Is it fun?
Yeah,
It's
for
good
sure.
to also kind of break it up a little bit too.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. You know, getting steals is fun. Getting easy buckets is gonna, you know, help our offense flow a little bit more. And then we don't have to play, you know, catch up like we've been playing.
Coach Davis has talked about how opponents are defending you all differently, trapping more to keep you guys from penetrating. What do you need to do differently to change that?
I feel like we got to be the aggressor on both ends of the floor, but specifically offense. I feel like, you know, being physical and being an aggressor is going to help us because we're not getting pushed around or nothing. We're going to get what we want on the offensive end, whether that's, you know, getting open or, you know, getting to a spot when we're driving, regardless, whatever the case may be. But once we're the aggressor, I feel like, you know, we can't be stopped on the offensive end.
Is there something tactically that you need to be doing differently?
We just got to be tougher.
Caleb, how's the mood been around the team these past 6 days? Coach Davis was in here saying how much nicer it is to be at home after the 2-week-long road trip out west and to Indiana and Virginia.
It's been good, we just had this week to, get better, in practice, and, we had a tough one, first day back in practice, and I think it was good for us because we needed it, but I've just been telling my teammates be positive, because, I'd rather have this, going through this now than in February and March. And then, like I just been telling, adversity, when adversity hits, it's nothing we can't, overcome. So I just told them to be positive, have fun, continue to, trust the process, and everything gonna work out.
Are there any similarities in the approach this week as to the approach after the Miami and Wake Forest games last season?
Just being positive. We're a great team. Once we put all our pieces together, we're gonna be an even better team. And like I said, it's just a process, and it's a long season. We're only 9 games in, so we just gotta trust it and go through this course. And it only take one win to fix it.
Caleb, you and RJ are both slumping a little bit from 3 right now. What do you do to sort of get out of that? Is it just a matter of repetition? Is it a matter of taking better shots? What are sort of the ways that you try and combat that?
I just say, we put too much work in for it not to change. Definitely shot selection, but we've been taking better ones throughout the course of these last few games. But we put too much work in. RJ puts too much work in, and I do as well. And so we know we can shoot, but it's just a little, like I said, adversity early on in the season. And I looked at the, how many games we played last year. I think it was 39, and we only 9 games in. So we got plenty of games left to, change it. So we'll be fine.
Caleb, along those lines, just do you think the lessons of last season and where you were at this time last season and the ups and the downs and how it eventually all worked out in the end, do you think that gives you, I don't know, patience or confidence, or does it lends itself to not feel like the sky is falling?
Yeah, like you said, we went through it last year, and you see where it took us, you see where it got us, and I feel like us going through this now is definitely going to help us more in the long run, and it's like I said, this is all a process, and I'm glad we're going through it. And I don't know any team that hasn't went through adversity, whether that's on the court, off the court, any type of job. I don't know anybody that has been great at something that didn't go through adversity. So that's all it is.
Caleb, you're still shooting a high clip from the free throw line, but it's a decrease from what you've done the first 2 seasons. Is there anything that you're looking at in particular that has changed?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating because I don't usually miss this many free throws, but just trusting myself and not thinking about it. I'm putting too much, not pressure, but I'm thinking about it too much when I'm going up there because I have missed a lot. But like I said, it's a long season, and I know I can make my free throws. It's just me. I just got to go up there and step up and make it.
1 or 2 more before he goes to practice. Anybody?
What can you tell us about Georgia Tech? They don't have a lot of the guys they've had the last couple of years, some new faces there. So what are your thoughts on them?
They're a great team as far as getting to the basket and out in transition, and so we're definitely prepared to take them on, and they are. I'm glad we're in this position right now, playing them because it's just another chance to get us a win.
What was the atmosphere at Indiana, the atmosphere of Virginia Tech? They were telling Caleb sucks, they were chanting. I'm sure you heard them. What was it like playing in those environments? Because you'd been here for however many games it was, 4 games, and then you're in the neutral court out in Portland, which was kind of a little quiet, and then you got those two places.
Yeah, it was fun. It's all experience, and that's not the first time I didn't got that, but it's all experience, and it was definitely fun being in those environments. Obviously, not that we lost though, but
I think RJ got one too, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Caleb.
Will you wait